what's up? Yo, what's up? It's your boy C in the house. C server in the house. Yo, what's up? Guess what, man? Today is Seeking Wednesdays. That's where we're looking for more evidence. So since it's Seeking Wednesdays, guess what I did, right? Of course, I woke up, I read a little bit out of the Bible, talking about, still was in Solomon, still in Psalms, no, Proverbs. He was talking about promising yourself to friends and then they got you held hostage. You know, be careful what you promise and who you promise it to. But what really kind of resonated with me was when I turned on Joyce Myers. And Joyce Myers was talking about peace, having peace with yourself, having peace with your kids. She said, but peace have to be sought out. You have to seek peace. And since it was Seeking Wednesdays, I said, man, that's perfect. She said, you got to seek peace. You got to look for it. You got to search for it with all your heart. You got to dig for it. Because in the world, it's not a whole lot of peace. It's a lot of stuff to disturb your peace. It's always going to be circumstances. And then if it's not your circumstances, it's going to be the circumstances of others. Because you can have your affairs in others, your affairs in order, which you can. You can have your affairs in order, and then the person next to your affairs is not in order, and then that affects you. It's always true. And vice versa. I mean, if you don't have your affairs in order, you're going to affect those around you and disturb their peace. But she said the peace, I think peace and joy is kind of the same. Well, similar, because it comes from the inside. You may not like a situation, but that doesn't mean you can't be at peace with the results. Because it's just the results, see? Then as long as you got your other stuff intact, you could get a different result. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm working. And the longer you can kind of ride that wave of peace, the better. Like I say, seeking, looking, searching. They thought that was the police or something? Had to. They just blazed by me. See how that guy just came in and disrupted my peace with some fast, reckless driving? Pray you get to your destination safely in the name of Jesus. You too. But you see what I'm saying? But also too, digging for that peace, seeking and searching, looking for more evidence. Listening to Pastor today too. Check this out. I was listening to something last night, The Go Giver. And he was talking to Devin Davenport. And she was one of the top real estate agents. I like these little books that's got the stories in there that I can relate to the stories, these anecdotes / fables. I like these kind of stories, right? Because it kind of puts the rules or tips or tricks into practice and how it's being used versus just listing it. You see what I'm saying? And my daughter just said, I don't like those. I just want to list it out so I can just go hammer on it. So that's the way she likes it. So she likes to hammer on it. But anyway, she was talking about the law of authenticity. She said you can learn all the techniques, all the closings, all the ingredients, but the motive behind that, the law of authenticity. She said you must first be a person. People like to buy from people or associate with people, not really chameleons, once they find out you're a chameleon, they don't really, because people want consistency. That's from my boy Tony Robbins. People want consistency. They want predictability to a certain extent. Because that's for the ego. The ego wants that, got to have that answer. That's how we survive on a level of predictability. But that's on the seesaw. That's on the same stick. Predictability and unpredictability. Sometimes people say that, oh, I wish it was balanced, but really we want to kind of rock and roll on that thing. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I don't know what's going to happen. I figured it out. Oh, there you go. Oh, I got it. See what I'm saying? So they want a level of predictability in certain areas and unpredictability in other areas. They want to be pleasantly surprised. So that's the name of the game, right? That's the name of the game. But anyway, authenticity. So when I popped up on Pastor, I said, you know, did I listen to that last chapter, that verse, that last sermon? So I don't know if I did or not. I think I did. And I started playing it, and then sure enough, I got to get that CD. But sure enough, it kind of resonated. He was talking about being authentic as a pillar of integrity. I say, man, I just got to listen to where I heard. Oh man, that was the go-giver. Being authentic, being genuine, no hidden agendas, no motives, no fakery or trickery. Because he was talking about this guy that he had two guys work on his house. One came in, yes, man, I'm straight up Christian, man. Let me pray with you. Let's go ahead and do, because we're going to do this thing to the Lord. Didn't do nothing. Pastor said if he was a cussing man, he probably would have cussed him. He said if he was a cussing man, he would have cussed the man out. But it wasn't. He said the other guy came in not talking all that and did the job correctly. So, those one of them Bible verses in there. The one that says, hey, yeah, I do it and don't do it. And the one that said, man, I don't think I want to do it, but then do it. He said, which son is the true one? It's going to be the one that, even though he said it, this, you know, hey, I don't want to do that, but then did it, versus the other guy that just lied. It's all about that authenticity. Just being authentic. You know, sometimes it's tough, right? Because especially when you don't know that the ego running the show and you've been feeding it steroids. So you feed your ego steroids. You know what steroids for your ego is? You hear that? I don't know if you can hear that. I'm going to do something about that some kind of way. There's got to be something in there I can close up or tighten up. But anyway, do you know what? I asked you a question. I ain't hear your answer. I ain't hear what you said. Say it again. You want me to ask the question again? Okay. Do you know what steroids for your ego is? That would be listening to egomaniac type music, watching egomaniac type shows. You know, just a certain self, all about self. Cause I listen to some guys, man. I listen to some music, and some artists I can't listen to because they strong in that. And I know it's a place for that, but I'm not strong in that. I guess you gotta first get your motives right first. As long as your motives right, then you can be strong in that, versus just trying to be strong in that for the sake of being strong in that. I heard a guy tell me one time that he talked to a guy, and then the guy said something to him because he sent the guy a text, and the guy sent something to him. He perceived that what he sent back, said, man, what you saying? Something wrong with me or something like that? He said the guy came back defensive. Then he said, so since this guy was offensive with me, I got back defensive with him. I said, why? He said, man, I ain't gonna let nobody run over me and talk to me like I say, man, look, here's the deal. This is always the deal, right? Hurting people hurt people. If you can realize that, even though it hurts, you got to be able to look past it. I know sometimes if you ain't trained yourself in this, you know, just it's a training. When it comes up, you got to do the best you can, like riding a bull. Time you get on it, you may get bucked off in 1 second. But when it come back around again, you're gonna say, I know what I'm gonna do this time. I'm gonna ride, I'm gonna hold my grip a little different. Cause the bull keeps coming back around and you keep having to get on it. You gotta get on it. It keeps coming back around. Now for us, if we don't start practicing, getting some techniques, talking to some professional bull riders, when it come back around again, we're gonna be in the same predicament. Bucked off in 1 second, and now we're down in the deep and dirty. You don't want to do that. So we're gonna practice. So that when somebody say something like that, I can just take me a deep breath. Just say, you know what, that person got some bad news. Maybe got some struggles at his home or something. Like I tell some people, I say maybe just stumped his toe. I mean, he could have just slammed his door inside the kitchen cabinet. You don't know, you the first person he saw. You know, with that pain running through him, you know, and you ask the question, his brain couldn't process it. Now, I heard my wife telling me some stuff like that. She said, I ain't got it yet. I said, well, hey, just the next question. But we working with that thing. We working with that thing for real. We for real with this thing, man. I'm for real with this thing with my wife. Yeah, I'm for real with that. I wasn't on it with her the last time. She kind of had to ride that journey by herself. But now I'm on it. That's what count right now. Now I'm on it. So and then whoa, wait a minute. Up there go the traffic. Your boy got the traffic up there. It ain't no big deal. Ain't no big deal for me. Got no traffic. Ain't no big deal for me. Look a little slow, but I'm gonna go this way. They're trying to turn up in this thing too. It's tight, but shoot, they trying to get down in here. I'm gonna have to find me an alternate routage. You say they moving pretty good now, shoot. This guy got right back up on it. Let's see what we're gonna do. Well, anyway, you know what I'm finna do. I'm finna go ahead and pop in Pastor. Finna listen to Pastor. Now I'm finna get ready to seek for the rest of the day, seeking peace, seeking joy, seeking more evidence to the questions that I asked the other day. Getting my motives right, being crisp and clean, and putting that work in. Your boy gonna put that work in. That's what we gonna do. I'm gonna do it to life. Peace out.